Something feels slightly different about the you that's in front of me. She feels nostalgic somehow. Why would I feel that way about the you I've been with this whole time? Uncertainty widens within me, opening up to a rush of memories. Right. I know someone who can make me feel like this. Someone who's been by my side long before I met you. Is Rin manifesting in Yu's body? Why though? Why you specifically? Someone who knows me better than anyone else. No. It can't be. It can't be. And yet I know it to be true. Did, like, you as a character, like, never exist or something? Is this some BS where, like, Rin has been by our side all along, but as you... So, like, she's been with us since the beginning, or something. I can't, no, she's gotta be her own person. She's gotta be her own character. Otherwise, a lot of this ends up being kind of really weird. And otherwise, a lot of things end up being really weird and awkward, so it can't be. She's gotta be her own person. Maybe you didn't just pick her as a representative? Why? The girl standing in front of me. Rin. Rin, is that you? The memory of my beloved sister who died in an accident solidifies Yu's presence. Huh? You, or rather, Rin in Yu's body, flashes me a smile that says, "Took you long enough." Okay, Rin in Yu's body. Okay, I just needed it confirmed. Thank you.
そうだよ、お兄ちゃん。お兄ちゃんたちと一緒にいたくて、ゆうちゃんに体を貸してもらったんだ。
That's right, Kyosuke. I wanted to be with you guys, so I borrowed Yu's body.
Since when? Since when? Yeah, literally, since when? Since when? What? What?
From the beginning. I'm a pretty good actress, aren't I?
What? That makes so much of this so weird. Wait. If that was... No. What about the bad end? What about where she confesses her feelings? What about the part where we were doing, haha, silly things, I'm gonna take a shower and do my makeup? What about all that? What about when she kills everybody and then... What about all the way to... No, that can't be right. That can't be true. Yu's personality has got to have cut in from time to time. It's what? No, I don't like that. I don't like that reveal. Couldn't you have just come in your own body? Couldn't you have, been like, I was within you all along. I was within your heart or something. Why it gotta be through you, please? What?
It wasn't perfect, but it was enough to trick you. You never even notice when a girl gets a haircut.
There was something odd about how Yu had acted. She would suddenly pause in the middle of a conversation. Sometimes she just didn't act like herself. What? This almost calls for like a third run through oh my god. Okay, in the read path, Yu was acting different. And she was lying about the camera, and then, she's like talking about how this is a second path. Did Rin only possess her body in the re-path, or was she there the whole time in both paths? Wait, I don't like this revelation. It makes a lot of the situation so weird. Wait a minute. Looking back on it now, that must have been Rin showing her true colors. Looking at her now, the Yu that is standing in front of me is definitely Rin. I have no more doubt in my mind. I knew this Yu from the day she was born. This girl is my little sister. I sigh longingly. It's been forever. Rin! Huh? But when I try to step towards my sister, my consciousness grows dim. I don't know how to feel right now, y'all.
リン、お前本当にリンなのか？お前がリンならどうして二階堂をかばう？
リン、 How do I know you're Rin? Why are you protecting Nikaido if you're Rin?
そいつはお前を殺したんだぞ。そのくせ反省の一つもしねえ。
That hoe killed you, and she doesn't even regret it!
おい、今すぐ殺せり。いや離れろ。その人でなしに近づくな。
Kill her, Rin! No, get away from her! Don't!
ほら、もう一人のお兄ちゃん。
Huh.
My other brother, stop that!
汚い言葉を使っちゃダメ。いくらリンのためでもそれはダメ。
Mind your language. I don't care if you're doing this for me.
女の子には優しくしなきゃダメだって教えたでしょ。
I told you that you have to be nice to girls.
女の子だと。二階堂のどこが女だ。
Girl, you think Nikaido is an innocent girl?
怒り。人を殺すようなやつはそもそももう人間じゃねえんだ。最低最悪の人でなしなんだ。
Dean, listen to me. People who kill people forfeit their human rights. They're nothing more than subhuman murderers!
カレンさんが人殺しってまだそんなこと信じてるの？
You still believe Karen-san's a murderer?
Honestly, can you blame them? Nikaido is not accepting, she's not saying anything, and can you blame them for not thinking otherwise?
お兄ちゃんももう一人のお兄ちゃんもちょっと素直すぎるところがあるね。
You two can be so gullible sometimes.
So, did Dean already know about Lowe beforehand? Because she's acknowledging both of them right now. She's saying, my brother and my other brother. Maybe she only realized it because, you know, somehow her omnipotent spirit constructed all this and knew everything that was going on. I don't know. It gets kind of confusing of like why certain characters know certain information at this point, and it really depends on who constructed the Chronos world. Ugh.
You two can be so gullible sometimes.
カレンさんがそんな人じゃないくらいお兄ちゃんたちちゃんと分かってるはずでしょ。
Karen-san isn't that kind of person. Both of you know that, right?
ずっと一緒にいた幼馴染なんだから。
She's been with you since childhood.
わかんねえよ。二階堂のどこに信頼できる要素があるんだよ。
I don't! And I don't get how you can trust her!
二階堂は昔から冷たかったじゃねえか。誰と一緒にいても感情も何も見せやしねえ。
Nikaido's been frigid from day one! She's never shown an ounce of emotion to anyone!
隣で人が死んでも平気なんだよ、あいつは。
You could die in front of her and she won't even blink!
そんなのは見た目だけ。クールビューティーなカレンさんの心の中は本当は誰よりあったかいんだから。
So she looks like an ice queen. That doesn't stop Karen-san from being the warmest person I know.
お兄ちゃんは誰よりそれを知っていたはずでしょ。
And you should know that too.
知らねえよ。俺はそんな二階堂知らねえ。絶対にあいつはそんなやつじゃねえ。
I don't! I've never seen that part of Nikaido! She's not the nice girl you're making her out to be!
辛くて苦しくてそれで忘れちゃったんだよね。誰かを憎まずにいられなかったんだよね。
I guess all that pain and suffering made you forget. You need to hate someone just to exist.
お兄ちゃんは本当はそんな人じゃないのに。
But I know you're not that kind of person.
でも大丈夫だよお兄ちゃん。リンが思い出させてあげるから。
It's okay. I'll remind you.
カレンさんの優しさもお兄ちゃんの優しさもリンが全部証明してあげる。
Of Karen-san's kindness and your kindness, I'll prove it all to you.
本当に証明できるんだろうな。二階堂が優しいなんて、あの女が優しいなんて。
Can you really prove that Nikaido's kind? This woman?
うん、もちろん。リンはその証拠を届けに来たんだから。だから見ててよお兄ちゃん。
Of course. I'm here to present my evidence. So, just watch. Big bro.
Before we see all this, why the hell did she not do this earlier? There must have been a lot of circumstances that had to align for this to happen, but this is the information that has just been frustratingly held back from us for the entire game, that we know was true, that like Nikaido didn't really do all that, and we know Dean's true intentions, that she would never hate her and she would never want revenge on her. We've known that for a while, and I feel like this information could have been presented to us a bit sooner. I don't know. Why didn't you do this earlier, Dean? That's...
うん、 詰めてきたんだ。
Was it you then? The shadowed person was you? Y-O-U, not Y-U. It was Rin? Rin was the shadowed person. She picked up a shard of them and then she put them together. Why did she look so scary? Why did she look at the camera? Why didn't she do this earlier? Oh, guys.
I've put it all together.
みんなの思い、先にいなくなった人たちが残してくれた
Okay.
大事な大事な宝物。
It was her. It was her. It's so funny. Dean gave me the biggest scare of the entire game out of kindness. It was her giving me the biggest jump scare of my life.
Everyone's emotions, the greatest treasure our friends left behind.
I'm exhausted. I'm drained. I don't know if it's Lowe or Sakurai, so it's okay. These must be Morozumi's memories. The rooftop amusement was in danger of being closed. Nikaido couldn't accept it. She was vehemently against it closing down, and finally they canceled the demolition. Tears streamed down her face during our celebration of the park's survival.
ここが好きなんじゃない。みんなと過ごしたこの遊園地が大切なの。
I love this place. We've spent so much time together in this amusement park.
Her transparent tears were devoid of deceit. Nikaido was the one who treasured our time at that place more than anyone else. These must be Machikoji's memories. Nikaido was fussing in front of a candy store before Valentine's Day. She was debating whether to get chocolates or not. Nikaido ended up standing outside without getting chocolates, but Machikoji, being the nosy guy that he was, got them for her instead. The next day, Machikoji dragged Nikaido out so she could hand out her chocolates. She gave her chocolate to me. Right. I got chocolate from Nikaido that year.
別に桜井くんにはいつもお世話になってるからチョコくらいはって。
You're always looking out for me, Sakurai-kun. So, you know, I thought I'd give you some chocolate.
The chocolate was obligatory, but Nikaido had to summon all her courage to give them to me. Nikaido was lying when she said she resented me. And these must be Kageyama's memories. There was a time when Nikaido would put the needs of the group ahead of her wants. But she was too willing to put her body and soul on the line. Some days, it felt like she was throwing them away.
うまくいったからいいじゃない。どうしてそんな顔をしてるの？
Things worked out fine. Why the long face?
That's no good, Nikaido. If you got hurt, then it would have all been for naught. Even if it succeeded, I wouldn't call it a success. I can't accept Nikaido's words at face value. Beneath her words, she's always thinking about someone else. These must be Tolgoku's memories. We drifted apart when she entered junior high. She had isolated herself within the depths of physics. But Nikaido didn't leave Tolgoku alone when that happened. Nikaido was deeply concerned when Tolgoku distanced herself from everyone. That's why she stayed with her. Nikaido wasn't one to let go of the things she valued. She would protect them to the ends of the earth.
察しの悪いお兄ちゃんでもこれだけ見ればもうわかるよね。カレンさんがどんな人なのか。
I know you're a bit dense, but I hope you can draw the conclusion that Karen-san's not a bad person from all this.
さあお兄ちゃん、目の前に悲しんでいる女の子がいるとき、男の子はヒーローはどうするんだっけ？
Now, you see a sad girl in front of you. What is a boy, a hero, to do?
Oh man. I'm overwhelmed. This is a lot. Dean isn't there after we finish our memory trip. She must have used up all her power to show me that. Again though, if she was you from the beginning, I feel like she could have done that a lot sooner. Like, I guess she had to use up her quote-unquote power, however much power she has in her reserve, to broadcast the memories with the shards. So she had to use some sort of strength for that specific aspect. But if she were able to be next to us since the beginning, and she had all the knowledge and all that, I don't know. I don't understand the rules here. Becoming one with Lowe and receiving everyone's memories has become a source of strength and confidence for me. Now, I know I can overcome the past. I can overcome the Chronos world. And so, I hold out my hand to Nikaido.
茶番は終わり。なら、さっさとやることを済ませなさい。
I thought our hand, like, should we do this? I feel like this is gonna take me out of it. You know, I thought our model hand was gonna come up, but we're holding our hand out to her.
Are you done with your farce? Then get it over with.
もうそういうのに付き合わされるのはごめんなの。さっさと殺してくれないかしら。
I'm sick and tired of your consideration. Could you just kill me already?
いいよ、二階堂。もうそういうのは。僕は君の演技じゃなく、本心を聞かせてほしいんだ。
You can stop that, Nikaido. Drop the act and tell me how you really feel.
本心そんなのさっき散々聞かせてあげたじゃない。
How I really feel? Weren't you listening? I told you all I felt a second ago.
私は昔からあなたたちが嫌いだった。
I hated all of you from the beginning.
自分たちの幸せを見せつけてくるあなたたちが大嫌いだったわ。
I hated the way all of you bragged about your friendship.
信じない。
I don't buy it. You're the one who valued our time together the most.
特に嫌いなのはあなたよ。強引で無神経で勝手に人の心を解釈して本当に大嫌いだった。
And you're the worst of them all. Forceful, casual, reading your thoughts into people's hearts. I hated you the most.
信じない。
I don't buy it. It took everything you had to hand me that chocolate. Hate wasn't a part of it.
ミュウを殺してあなたたちに嫌われてせいせいしていたのにどうしてまだ慣れ慣れしくするの？
You've all hated me after killing me. Why are you still trying to be friendly to me?
信じないよ、二階堂。お願いだから、本当の君を見せてくれ。そして教えてほしいんだ。何があったのかを。
Because I don't buy it, Nikaido. Please, just show me the real you. And tell me what really happened.
それ以上近づか
Oh my god!
Don't come any closer!
How should I talk to her? How can I get Nikaido to be honest when she feels so strongly against it? It was then that I noticed something. Why does Nikaido have a ribbon in her hair? That ribbon was the very ribbon I gave to her as a birthday present. But in the real world, she never wore it, even once. I never really thought about that. Like, I noticed it, like that she has it, and obviously they talked about it, how significant it was. I thought she just had it because that's like how it was in the real world before this all happened. I never gave consideration to the fact that she never wore it, because when she received it, she tossed it out into traffic. She never wore it. Oh my god, I never even thought about this. When Dean died, she held that ribbon in her hand. I never gave it back to Nikaido after that. And yet, Nikaido was wearing that ribbon when she got to the Chronos world. Could it be because she treasured that ribbon, despite never having worn it? Togoku had Patty. Yu had her camera. And for Kata and Nikaido, her ribbon had become the thing essential to her character. So, what I should say here is...
二階堂。いや、カレン。
Nikaido. No, Karen.
is what I say.
言い忘れたけど、そのリボンよく似合っているね。あげた僕が言うのもなんだけどさ。
I never told you this, but that ribbon looks good on you. I know I'm the one who gave it to you and all, but still.
カレンがそのリボンつけてくれるの、すごく楽しみにしていたんだ。
I was really looking forward to seeing you wear it.
店でそれを見つけた時から、これ絶対カレンに似合うって思ってたんだ。うん。やっぱりカレンには赤だよ。
When I saw that in the store, I immediately thought it would look good on you. And red does look great on you, Karen.
こんな時に何をのんきな。
Why are you talking nonsense at a time like this?
どんな時であろうと、そう思ったんだから仕方ないだろう。
I can't help it. I always thought it'd look great on you.
リンもカレンがそのリボンをつけているのを見れて、きっと嬉しかったんじゃないかな。
I think Rin would have been ecstatic if she saw you wearing it.
そんなわけないでしょ。あなたの妹を殺したリボンよ。これは。
Of course not! This is the ribbon that killed your little sister!
僕がリンの幸せを引き継いでいる限り、リンは死なない。
As long as Rin's happiness lives on within me, she's not really dead. Rin is alive and well inside me.
たとえ過去に何があったのだとしても、僕は絶対に君を憎まない。
So,
もういいんだよ、カレン。
no matter what happened in the past, I will never hate you. So it's all right, Karen.
僕はカレンが誰より優しいと知っている。
The Karen I know is kind. Kinder than anyone.
ずっと忘れていたけど、やっとそれを思い出すことができたんだ。
I'd forgotten forever ago, but now I finally remember.
僕は昔からずっと君の優しさに救われてきた。
Your kindness saved me. It always had.
そんな君がこの世界で憎まれ役として振る舞っているのは、きっと僕のためなんだろう。
That you'd come to this world specifically to be hated. I'm sure that's for my sake too. Okay. That ties it all together, that she's so stubborn to the end. It's all for everybody else. I mean, like, we knew that, but I needed to know more specific aspects of it, and that kind of slotted in the final piece for me of, like, remaining questions. So I think that's it, yeah. Karen had took on the role of being the villain for the sake of myself, who had been so weak. Karen is so much stronger than me that it's sad. I've always looked up to her that way. Karen is so kind and strong, and I.
君はいつだって自分のことは二の次で人のことばかりを考えている。
You've always put the needs of others ahead of your own.
そんなカレンのことが僕はずっと大好きだったんだ。
And I've always loved that about you, Karen. Karen would become stiff, slowly crumples to her knees.
ごめんなさい。いっちゃん。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry, Rin-chan. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
桜井くん。ごめんなさい。
Sakurai-kun. I'm sorry.
She lets out her tears first, and then her words, explaining what happened between the two of them, and what happened on that day, and how Karen had felt after that. Y'all, this is... Oh, and the killer is... So we've final chapter? Is the final chapter? That, oh my god, okay. Holy cow, we've been at this for so long. Okay, this has got to be the end. We're finally in Nikaido's perspective. It's the last one.
When I was a child, I wasn't as expressionless as I am now. I was a lot more talkative, too. I wasn't lively, but I talked to my friends and laughed with them. I wasn't a cheerful kid, but I would say I acted like any other child. That changed when my parents started fighting with each other.
So she had a normal childhood up until that point. I see.
My mother was the first to change. She took out the stress she accumulated from fighting with my father on her daughter.
Man.
My mother would get angry at me for every little thing. Although she never raised her voice, she was never satisfied with what I did. She was unreasonable. Things I could say the day before would be the subject of today's scolding.
Okay. You know, I think I touched upon it very, very briefly, but I can kind of relate to this a little bit. Yeah.
Things I did the day before would be no good the next day. Nothing I did was ever good enough for my mother, and she denounced everything I did. I soon lost my sense of self-worth. Everything about me is wrong. Anything I do is wrong. Having lost my sense of self-worth, I soon lost sight of everything else. My words had no value, so I kept talking to an absolute minimum. My tears and laughter had no value, so I hardened my expression. The emotionless mask I had become was created around this time. My mother didn't change, even after divorcing my father, and it became more difficult for me to express myself. It goes without saying that I didn't do too well at school.
Oh, man. It's crazy the lengths she went to for all this. I still feel like, well, you know, I guess like stories and plots, you know, they can't progress without conflict. There has to be some kind of conflict. Otherwise, it would just be, you know, a happy story, right? So obviously there needs to be some kind of obstacle to overcome, and a lot of misunderstandings often happen and it gets frustrating because you're like, oh my god, no, that's not what they feel. Just realize how they feel already. And you're just like yelling at the characters, and obviously, you know, it's not that easy, right? But Nikaido, she went really far to keep up the act, like really far, like to unreasonable extent. And like I suppose we can place ourselves in her shoes because of what we're seeing here and be like, okay, yeah, I could see why that could happen. But like, I don't know. I feel like she went way, I don't know.
I transferred schools when my mother moved, and I was alone there. Not because I was a transfer student, but because I didn't know how to communicate with people. When people talked to me, I didn't know how to hold a conversation. I was happy that they talked to me, but I couldn't show it on my face. The conversation would end as I was still thinking of an appropriate response, so I was thought of as unfriendly.
カレンちゃんは誘わなくていいの？
Are you sure we don't have to invite Karen?
いいよ。だって私たちといっても全然楽しそうじゃないんだもん。
It's okay. She doesn't look like she enjoys herself when she's with us anyway.
確かにあの子暗いよね。
That girl's so gloomy. Even as I heard them talking behind my back, I never showed any outward response. Of course they would badmouth me. My own mother doesn't even love me. How much more must my classmates hate me? That's why I was always alone in class and kept to my drawings.
Like, I get having, yeah, you know, I'm having this dissonance of like the flow of the plot, as well as like really being very empathetic and jumping straight into this character's brain. I'm having this sort of dissonance, I guess, because there's a lot of things that crippling self-doubt can do to a person. And you know, I experience it, many people experience it, and it's crippling. It's crippling, right? So like, you know, it makes sense that she would be so cold, not understand that, you know, kindness, and like not feel like she deserves anything. I get that, but man, I guess it's just because it held things back for so long. She was stubborn for so long about all this, even after we pushed so hard in many different aspects that it just seemed like it was an extreme length. But like, I get it. I get why she would feel this way. I totally understand.
That's why I was always alone in class and kept to my drawings. I would draw scenery on the back of my handouts while dreaming of the day I would have friends to play with and of the games we would play.
Man, that's all I can say in between, just man.
One day, I decided to stop by a park on my way home. My mother had been in a bad mood that morning, so I thought I'd kill some time before I went home. As I was wandering about the playground to decide where I would sit, I heard a soft whimper.
Oh, okay, so here, there was a dog in the credits, and the dog never came up, so I guess here's the dog. Good job to the person who voiced the dog, whatever their name was.
I looked in the direction of the sound and saw a puppy inside a small cardboard box.
おいで。お母さんにお願いしてみる。
Come here. I'll ask Mom what she can do for you.
That's probably the worst idea, and I don't see this ending well, and I'm scared.
I didn't think my mom hated dogs. We watched animal programs on TV once. I was sure that if I asked her...
This isn't gonna end well. Oh god, the poor, please, let the dog be safe, and Karen's gonna be safe eventually with her friends,
ダ
please.
メに決まってるでしょ、犬なんて。何を考えてるの？
Of course we can't keep a dog. What were you thinking?
お願いお母さん。私がちゃんと面倒見るから。
Please, Mom. I'll take care of it. I promise.
面倒見る？あんたが？自分の面倒だってちゃんと見れない子供のくせに。いいから捨ててきなさい。
You're going to take care of it? When you can't even take care of yourself? Just toss it out!
My pleas were pointless. She closed the door without me ever stepping into the house. I dragged my feet back to the playground.